every single woman, young, old, skinny, fat, dark, white, yani tu ukipita tu hivi kwa rada ya Ruto, huyo amelala naye. I mean, really, it's such a fake narrative. Supposing I have godfathers I have slept with in State House who apparently are the reason I was nominated, right? I mean, why am I being persecuted?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. I have to appreciate you guys for what you're doing. You're doing a very wonderful job, subscribing, liking, watching the videos. Every now and then, any moment I post them, it's very nice. People like Jefferson Siringa, Power of Trinity. Guys, you are so many. I can't mention all of you. Elme 254, you know, Billion, JBs. Guys, very wonderful. You are a very wonderful team. Thank you guys. God bless you. And many others that I can't mention your names. If I don't mention your name, please don't feel offended. You're so many. I can't mention all of you. Just know that you are really a good team and you really mean a lot to me. That is why I have to appreciate you for the good work that you are doing. Now, as we get into the discussion, I don't want to talk too much, but I want us to listen to this. Before I play you the video of Glory Orwoba, I want to say this, that over and over time, I've been saying this, that these guys, there are a lot of things that maybe they've been going through, maybe they went through, but they are normally quiet about them. When they're in government, they're silent about some of the things. Of course, we know somebody like Rigathi Gachagua started going against the government while he was in the government because he was feeling like what this government is doing is not right. You see, what these people are doing is not right. So, and that is why you heard him saying that when it reached a point that he was refusing to go and do what William Ruto was telling him. So that is one. So that is somebody who realized that this thing that I'm being told to do is not right according to my belief and how I know things. And that is why he was. That is one of the major reasons why he was impeached. He was not impeached because he was corrupt. Rigathi Gachagua was not impeached because maybe he was corrupt, or maybe he was impeached because he didn't want to do what William Ruto wanted him to do. That is it. He had already realized what was supposed to be done. Of course, a lot of people might say that, oh, he's a tribalist, oh, Mara, oh, he talks about Kikuyus more than any other tribe. Let me ask you a question. Right now, suppose you are Gachagua. Will you talk about Luos? No, I want us to assume. Suppose right now you are Gachagua. Will you talk about Luos? You won't talk about Luos. Will you talk about Kambas? No, I'm just trying. Okay, you know, charity begins at home. You have to show your people what you are going to do before going outside to tell other people also what you can do. So okay, this is what normally happens. When a lady is preparing to get married, or maybe a lady is in the process of looking for a fiancé, or maybe a boy, someone to marry, or to marry her. There are a lot of things that the mother normally tells this lady. That ukienda kwa bwana yako, these are the things that you're supposed to do. Yani anatafuta mtu ambaye anaketi naye chini anamueleza what are supposed to be done. That is what I know. I think that is how these things normally work. So that akifika kule nje, akienda kwa bwana yake, she knows that these are the things that I'm supposed to do to my husband. Nikimfanyia hivi hakutakuwa na shida yote. So the same way with Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua understood very well that if I do these things at home, I prepare myself, I lay the ground at home, it will be very easy for me. Even if I go outside, itakuwa rahisi sana kwangu mimi pia kufanya mambo ambayo yanastahili ama yanatakikana. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua often, over and over again, was against this government because he understood what was going on. Now, Orwoba is trying to explain to us how she rose to power, how she met William Ruto, blah, 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 how William Ruto made a nominated senator, how they met with Raymond Omollo, and all that. And that is why I want us to listen to this. And then you tell me what you think in the comment section. I just want you to tell me, you are the judge. I just want you to tell me what you think, what maybe is going on, because according to her, she's saying that not every woman or not every lady who is who has risen in power has slept with these people. Utalala na godfathers wangapi for you to be where you want. But then this one I don't know kama ni pretense to. You'll tell me at the comment section. But before that, watch this video.
I was recruited from the TV.
Okay, so you're on telly.
So this part of the story, I'm being told by people, because it's not my. So people were. So me, I remember being picked up from Tamarind. There's that hotel on Langata.
Okay.
I remember a gentleman calling me. He was called Karori Oliver.
Okay.
And now he's a legal advisor or something. He sits in State House. Okay. And I remember him calling me and telling me, akajiintroduce, alafu akaniuliza uko wapi, nikamwambia tu niko area. Hizo siku nilikuwa naamka navaa nguo ni kama ninaenda kumit president every day. Hata kama ninaenda kupeleka nini kwa laundry, nilikuwa navaa official. Because one of my mentors always told me, anytime you can get a phone call and you need to meet the president, will you start looking for shoes? So those days I used to wake up, I dress. If I have a show in the morning, I do my show in the morning. I go and have Nini at Java. I just come back to the country, so I didn't have many friends. So I was like chilling, reading the newspaper, doing some research on politics. So that day I got a phone call. I had come from a show. And that time I'd started doing shows, many shows. And there's one show that I'm told that the president really liked. I did a show on, there was a, unakumbuka ile scandal ya office of the deputy president, alafu kuna security guard aliuliwangwa ile ya kina Echesa.
Yes.
Ati walikoningi sijui, allegedly they conned some people in the and using the deputy president's office. So it was really on the news, and I had just come from nje na watu walikoniwa ni wazungu. Do you remember that thing?
Yes, I know.
So every media house, because we are still colonized in the mindset, was reporting how wazungu wamekoniwa kwa ofisi ya deputy president.
Okay.
And the reporting it ilikuanga woi wazungu wetu wamekoniwa, hao wazungu waki wamekoniwa, then kwa ofisi ya deputy president. The thing that was really pissing me off is, so watu wazungu wamekoniwa, si tunakoniwangwa every day, mbona sasa hii make news juni mzungu? From my perspective. Okay. From my perspective, because I just come back to the country, I have been living outside the country. Nimetendwa. So I'm like, sasa nimerudi Kenya alafu wazungu wanaonewa huruma hapa, what the hell is this? That is how I was thinking about it. So when I took that show, I remember saying, I don't understand what the big deal is. Is it the conning or the fact that they are white? And by the way, these white people who allegedly have been conned, did they have work permits? Because you keep saying they're businessmen. So I started asking, did they have work permits? Were they in the country legally? Next day, my sister is here. The newspaper, all the newspapers, it's like the journalists had forgotten their work. So when niliuliza, did they even have work permits? Ni kama wakaenda, by the way, hiyo kitu wamesema, hebu tuende tukaangalie. So the next day, the newspapers in the front page, businessmen were here illegally on tourist visas or something like that. So my sister called me and told me, now you're shaping the narrative. Now you're directing people. This sister of mine was sitting here. Yani alikuanga zile za sasa umeelewa the power of knowledge and community. We were happy. Tukajiklapia vizuri tukasema, huyo ni mimi. Kudos. So, me, I continued with my life. I continued doing shows for like 3 or 4 weeks. Then, now what I'm being told, that show apparently, when the deputy president then, the president watched it, he was like, you see, someone who's putting more thought process, not just a smear campaign. So I akaanza to take note of my shows. That's what I'm told. This I can't verify. Then akaanza kuwauliza, nitafutieni huyu mama. Of course, cock blockers. You know how cock blockers work. They make sure that, kama huyu ameitishwa, wacha to make sure sifike. So they kept on saying they couldn't find me, apatikani, nini. Then on that particular morning, I was on a show, and apparently I was speaking to the Hustler Nation movement. Without being briefed, I was talking about Hustler Nation. So then apparently he said, na mbona mjapata huyu mtu? And then apparently Oliver picked up the phone, looked for my number, called me. So he called me, introduced himself. He just said, nini uko wapi? And those days I was meeting anyone. So he said, we meet at Tamarind. So we went to Tamarind. I went to Tamarind, I was waiting, akakuja. Akaniambia ako in a hurry, come we go, tukafika kwa parking. Akaniambia enter my car. Nikamwambia bana mimi siwezi ingia gari yako, mimi sijui ni nani, I'll follow you. So he was surprised like, oh, you have a car? Like, yeah, damn, I have a car, what do you think? As in alikuwa zile za mimi unataka kwanza kunibeba kwa gari yako ndogo na mimi by that time ninasukuma gari. So I'm like, no, nitakufuata nyuma. So tukafuatana, pere. Watch out, my heart is beating. Karen, hey, turn, hey. Oh my God, is this what I think it is? Then we entered the residence. Let me tell you. Hata ukienda uone picha yangu ya kwanza nilipigwa na Ruto. Wewe mimi, I was over the moon and there's nothing you could do about it. That's how I was recruited. And do you know why I was so excited? That time I was very close friends with a child of a very senior politician. And I was telling them, I really want to join politics. Bana nisukumie se. Na alikuwa ananiambia chill man. You just go back to the country, man. You just chill. Sasa unaimagine sasa.
Tumejua ni nani.
Sasa unaimagine sasa. Nimepigwa picha na Ruto. Yo, I was like, let me tell you, I'm not chilling. Me, I'm in this camp. I am dying for this camp. This person has seen my potential. This person has seen where I want to go. And you know, that's the thing that Ruto has. Like, when you get to his space, you are sold. You are sold. Unatoka hapo wewe sasa umebatizwa, unaimba tu sifa. Because he really has a way to, let me say had. Now a lot of things have happened. That time he really had a way to win over the masses and individuals. That's why people like Hussein Mohammed left their jobs in media. Bana ukiingia room ukitoka wewe una preach to Ruto. So when I entered, I came out, I had found a new calling. You know, we are bringing Kenyans to the right side, the Hustler Nation movement. If you talk to my family, they used to think I am Nime Rogwa.
This was the photo?
No. This one is juicy. If you go on my LinkedIn, and then you go to just photos, then you just scroll down. The first photo I ever met Ruto, oh my goodness, you can even see I'm glowing. I'm like, I am in power, guys. Yani leo nimeamka tu nikiwa raia, next nimeamka ninasalimia nani. But in those days, you know, he had sold a message and he had embodied this vision of a new Kenya. That's why we all went and voted for him.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Yeah,
nobody's listening.
By the way, those days, mtu asikudanganya hapa timu kwa mnajua Ruto angekuwa venye yako saizi. No. Those days, and then remember, he was being persecuted. The same thing that he's doing to Rigiji now was being done to him.
Yeah.
So he was the underdog.
So you met him that day?
So I met him that day. And then he was sitting like this, the way you are sitting in an office. And then Oliver was there and I sat there. Akaniuliza, how are you, what's your name? Nikaongea kila kitu. Oh, and you know. But I had to slow me down. Because I was like, wow. And then he said, no, I think you're doing well. I think you need to join my team. Nini. Alafu akani hand over kwa communications team.
Kwa Itumbi.
Bana Itumbi walikuwa naita mkutano 8, alafu wananiambia mkutano ni 10. Na rock up pale Karen 10 o'clock. Wananichekelea. Wanacheka. Acheki ufala. Wanacheka, mimi walinifrustrate mpaka nikarudi kwa Ruto nikamwambia, thanks. No thanks. Acha niende Kisii. Nikapambane na watu nikitisha kura. They frustrated me. They did a lot of things to me. As in, hiyo ndo ilikuwa the first baptism by fire.
For real?
Oh, those people are horrible. Wale vijana usiwacheze.
Who and who?
Bana hiyo comms team. Hata sijui bloggers wanasurvive aje. Wala watu ni wabaya.
Why are they like?
They're just evil. They're just mean-spirited people. You know, there are people who are just mean. I don't think they need they're just mean. Yeah. Itumbi is a mean person. He's jealous. He wants to be the only person around the table. And he doesn't really have much to offer anyway, but he's very, you know.
Well, kumekucha.
No, but ni ukweli. Mimi nakwambia ukweli. Hata I wish ufanye show moja muite hapa siku moja usikie venye Itumbi anaongea na venye anaongea alafu sasa you can be the judge of character. Hata mtuulize quick fire questions. Muulize tu. What is the capital city of Namibia? Kitu kama hiyo.
Umesema Itumbi ajue capital city of Namibia. Haya. Wewe tafuta tu vita na Itumbi.
So those boys, they walini hapo ndo nikaanza kujua his face. Sijui venye nita navigate, but Mungu wako na mimi. And now, you remember when I started this show, I told you, you're saying, oh, you're so different. Oh, those people declared war against me from that time. Oh. And they made sure that the media just portrayed me as the evil witch from the West.
But why? Why? Because you said there's a smear campaign against you. Like, why you?
You know, already from that point, it's like, wewe ni nani, tunasumbuliwa hapa tukutafute, tukulete kwa team. Like, wewe ni nani? Number one. Number two, udem anafikiria yeye ni nani hapa ati atakuja tu atu disrupt anze kuambia boss ati eka TikTok as if si hatujai kuwa na hiyo idea. You know, things like that. So sometimes many people don't need a reason why they'll make your life difficult, because they're just, I feel like sometimes they've just been sent by Satan to just toughen you. So from that moment, they declared war against me. This video of me being pinched, Talam is responsible for it. Yeah. You know, while they were thinking that they are damaging my image, what were they doing to the president's image?
What do you mean?
You know, those,
Talam is responsible.
the media, you're in media. Media, how it works, those who reach State House, right? They have an understanding between the comms,
I get you.
the head of communications in State
what
House
goes out.
and what goes out, right? They have an understanding. They have a gentleman's agreement. I mean, it's not like you're going to put videos of the president digging up his nose and, I don't know, scratching his behind or something like that. They have an understanding. It's not that those things don't happen. It's just that they have an understanding. This is an office. This is the highest office of the state. There's a way that you portray. So by the time a video like that one is being released, thinking that they are punishing me, but really, what are you doing to the head of state? Because that is a moment that was a father-daughter moment. In fact, a moment that I was being pushed back to toe the line. And what did they do with it? They scandalized it. There was a whole billboard of a buju, you know. And this is one thing I also want to say here. Every single woman seen with the president has allegedly slept with the president. You guys, even this president, amumwone huruma. Like, how many women can you sleep with, really? I mean, it's such a narrative that has been pushed so hard that even you, Obina, when you sit today, from 12 midnight, from 1 a.m. till now, how many women can you sleep with? How many?
Well.
No, you know what I mean? Now imagine a narrative that is being pushed that every single woman, young, old, skinny, fat, dark, white, yani tu ukipita tu hivi kwa rada ya Ruto, huyo amelala na yeye. I mean, really, it's such a fake narrative. Supposing I have godfathers I have slept with in State House who apparently are the reason I was nominated, right? I mean, why am I being persecuted? Even your own narrative doesn't make sense to you. If I have people I'm sleeping with, I would not be going through this shit.
No, sasa kuna
you know what I
theory
mean? Like, in fact, your narrative is fake because it doesn't even answer your questions. If I had these godfathers that apparently are the ones who made me senator and, you know, even that president, why am I being persecuted for speaking up? I wonder where Raymond Omollo came from. Like, he ain't a politician. Where was he before the scene? Where did he come from? Has anyone ever asked where? I mean, like, you know, we know where Murkomen came. He was in Senate. He did what? We know where did Raymond come from? Right? Let me tell you where Raymond came from. Raymond, first, here's my phone so that you can confirm. Search on my contacts, Raymond, how he saved. Because this is actually a fun fact. Search Raymond.
Nimepata tatu. Kuna Raymond Bet, kuna Raymond Kisumu, kuna Raymond Standard Digital.
Guess which Raymond is Raymond PS Omollo?
Standard Digital. Kisumu.
Raymond Kisumu. Let me tell you about Raymond Kisumu.
Kisumu.
Raymond Kisumu. Let me tell you about Raymond Kisumu. I was the chief agent for Nyanza. So that means all of Luo Nyanza and Kisii. Homa Bay Kisumu, all of Luo Nyanza and Kisii. No one wanted to be a chief agent because hiyo ilikuwa stronghold ya baba.
Okay.
So watu walikuwa wanasema tunaenda huko hata huwezi tembea na t-shirt ya UD utachomwa. Me, I was like, can I be there? Me nataka, because as I told you, I work hard. I am like, focus hapa. It will pay off. So I volunteered to be the chief agent for Luo Nyanza, for all of Nyanza. And so closer to the elections, we had to put together agents, right, for the election. And so we had to work with the few people who'd risk to be our agents for UDA, chini ya maji. So when things were getting closer, my party leader, His Excellency William Ruto, calls me and he tells me, umepanga nini agents nini wa Nyanza? I'm like, yes, Your Excellency, nini, unapeana brief, you know, this is how far we've come, nini. Then he tells me, okay, that's very good. Endelea na hao kando, lakini I'm sending you a number and you call that person, you work with him, amepanga another set of agents. So me, I'm like, oh, cool. Remember, I'm from Europe, so all of this to me is like, this is interesting, yeah? You know, to me, it's like I'm living my dream. You know, I'll go back home, I'll join politics now. I've gone back home and I'm in politics. So I'm like, hey, another set of agents. Interesting. So nikatumiwa namba, na namba imesaviwa?
Raymond Kisumu.
Raymond Kisumu. That's how the president had saved him. So me nikasave Raymond Kisumu. Save. Nikamcall. So I'm like, oh yeah, I've gotten your number. And those days we used to call him boss. Even now I still call him whatever this situation is. So, hey boss, amesema nikupigie nini ati wewe ndio uko na agents wengine nini, tells me. Of course we are talking not on normal call because nayo pia tulikuwa tumekimbizwa na serikali. So he tells me, okay, sawa, wacha tuongee jioni, but ya niko na watu. Raymond Omollo, our PS for Interior, who nowadays doesn't pick my calls and treats me like shit, used to call me every third day to give me a brief. He used to call me and tell me, oh, okay, so we're doing this, I've done this, and I've spent this much money. I've brought them here in this particular venue, I've paid this for the venue, blah, blah, blah. Then I would tell him, oh, but have you gotten that authorized? Because then he would just be like, don't worry, I'm taking care of everything. So and to be honest, he did a really good damn job. Like, he did a good job. But you see, the relationship then was that he would call me to give me a brief, and then I would call the president to give him a brief, and then would be like, Nyanza tuko fiti. All the way to the point where we were at Bomas counting. Because even when we had to bring back all the Form 34As, Raymond and his people went around in Kisumu collecting them. And in some places it was they had to collect them at gunpoint. Because that place was hostile for us, you know. So he did a really good damn job. To the point that when ODM was going to court, saying that Baba has won and whatever, when they had to produce evidence, they had to rely on our forms. They didn't even have their forms. They were very sloppy with their work. Now, here's the thing. You know, politics, as I've learned, you need to find a way to get your return on investment in terms of the work you put in and what you're expecting to get. If you don't secure that, utatumika vibaya. So at the point when there was the court case in the election petition, saying that kura zihesabiwe tena na nini. Raymond couldn't even access Karen. Yeah, he couldn't access Karen. Raymond used to call me. He's like, Gloria, I'm in Nairobi, what's going on? Amerushanishwa huko amemalizana na vitu zake, sio umeshatufanyia kazi, like ngoja kwanza tushinde hiki kitu ndio tutakuja tujue kama tuko fit. He couldn't access Karen twice. And if I'm lying, let him come here and say I'm lying. Twice he reached the gates of Karen when all of us were inside and we were waiting for what's happening with the legal thing and whatever. Those videos that used to come out before the announcement came out. I had to go and talk to the watchman at the gate to allow Raymond to enter. Yes, Raymond Omollo. Raymond Kisumu. So fast forward when people were being chosen for all these positions, but he did a good job. So people who don't know him and how he got into the space, they always say, who is this guy? But he worked. He worked for his position in the sense that the job that he did between, of all the people in my team, no one else could have done it the way he did it. So he did a good job. And the president trusted him then, done it the way he did it. So he did a good job. And the president trusted him then, you see. And even when the president would call me to ask me, how is that guy I've given you working? I would be like, he's doing a good job. Oh my gosh, he has lifted a huge nini from, you know, my logistics. We are working very well with him. When the list of permanent secretaries was being put together, Raymond Kisumu called me severally because he was nervous that he was going to be played. So he missed out on the cabinet secretary slot, obviously, because he's not a politician and he didn't, you know, I mean, there were more deserving people than him. So when it came to the permanent secretary position, Raymond called me. We had dinner with Raymond in Lavington. He was convincing me to talk to the president because things are sounding like it could be forgotten. And I did draft a very nice message reminding the president, usisahau ule mtu wetu. And I showed him. I was like, unaona ndio hii. And I hit send. And I was like, because I honestly think he did a good job. I didn't have any issues with him. I felt like he shouldn't be played and whatever. Raymond picked the Bible. I, Raymond, so and so. The next time I went to his office, bana. Sema mjaluo. Sema mjaluo. Wajaluo bana. Hey.
Who are you?
Hata venye alisimama kunini. I was like, man. Nigga, I used to pick you up from the gate. Then I told him, oh, you know, now, I know those are small things. We can't do those things. Hey. Where? Raymond doesn't pick my calls anymore. Raymond Kisumu.
So you try calling him now, you see if he'll pick.
Really? Do you want to do that?
Try calling him
Maybe
now.
he's watching the show, he'll pick, he'll say, we mpumbavu sana umeenda kunianika huko. But you know, I was just trying to show you the nature of politics.
Muulize now, if he picks, ask him, why are you not picking my calls? Tulikosania wapi? Mimi nilikuwa watchman. Umesema wewe ulikuwa unafungua gate.
You want to try? I'm calling.
Yeah.
This, of course, this is for fun because he won't pick up.
He might.
He won't pick up.
Fingers crossed. Akipika unalipia 50k.
And you know, as it's ringing, do you know there's a time the group of PSs, they were chanting him because they didn't know where he came from. So they kept on trying to tell the president all sorts of negative things about him. He's hung up. They kept on trying to tell the president, Raymond Kisumu, they tried to tell the president all sorts of negative things about him. And so obviously, because I have friends who are PSs, they would echo the same things back to me. And me, don't tell me anything because me, I will tell. Like me. Wiki siri. So they would come and tell me like, oh, mtu anajifanya, kila saa anatembea na boss, anafikiria yeye ndio the blue-eyed boy, nini. So now the PSs were like, ati anatushtaki, hata tuwezi pumua, Raymond anachukua maneno yetu, anaenda anatushtaki. So like the PSs don't like him. And those who are my friends, I used to tell him, you guys just don't know this guy. Because this guy is actually a very nice guy. According to me, I've worked with him. I can say he's a nice guy. He's very professional. He might not be a politician as we are, but I think you need to give him. I used to tell the PSs, give him a chance. You understand? And I still feel like that's my position even now. Because honestly, other than him being the Luo that he is and not picking my calls, hakuna malimi na Raymond tumekosania. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying to show you the nature of politics. And politics is that we use each other. Using each other now, we do it. But I just feel like when you're using each other, there has to be some level of decorum in terms of even how you decide, okay, now our engagement ends here. You know what I mean? Because yeah, we use each other. We use each other a lot in politics. And you should not say walinitumia. I mean, you have to be an asset for someone to use you.
Yeah.
So if someone alikutumia, first you have to acknowledge you're an asset, right? Yeah. So I just think when I see the captions in the newspapers, use and dump, it's not bad to use someone. It's the idea of how do you end the engagement. You know what I mean? And it has to be mutually beneficial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are running the campaigns, you are in Nini and everything.
So I did all of that, and then eventually when the list was being drawn, at least the president give him his dues. Like he was like, you vied, you have potential in politics, you have really worked for the campaign, and I do believe you should be in the list of nominees, because nominations are not given, you earn them. You have to. I've seen people online saying vitu za kupewa unapigania nini? No. Kama ingekuwa kupewa bana, mimi unafikiri mademu wangepewa hizi vitu kitambo sana. Wengi. True. But you have to earn it. You have to prove your worth. And the idea of affirmative action is that we don't nominate an accountant. The idea of affirmative action is we nominate an upcoming politician. So that when the politician hakuna Subaru imekuja kwanza.
More champagne for the lady.
How is he?
Nataka kumarinate.
So when guys are saying, you ulipewa, sikupewa, I earned it.
Yeah.
You see, and after earning it, Obina, I earned it not in haifai kuishia at a nominated senator. Affirmative action. From nomination, you should be able to get an elective seat. But you find the people sitting in Senate who are fighting me, many of them who are fighting me, have no interest in vying for office. That's why they can fight me and say, why are you talking? You see them, they're just accountants. And when I say just, I mean just, because in politics, if you're not a politician, you're just an architect, an accountant, you understand? So for them, they have no interest in vying. That's why they can tell you, mbona unapiga makelele, mbona unataka kusikika, because them, after the nomination, you will see, they'll all disappear. So, and that's why this affirmative action thing is not working, because you're supposed to nominate people who, after nomination, they take advantage of being in the space, understanding how parliament works, understanding how political parties work, and then they vie and get elected. Watoke, wafungulie watu sasa, ijam ya nyuma. So it's supposed to be a channel. You're nominated, you get elected, even to women rep.
Yeah.
Then women rep, you sit one term, you move to a single constituency, unaacha wa mama wengine.
So that's your plan? I'm vying in 2022.
Same place? Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, bana. Wamenimarimita pambaka nasema 22. I'm vying in 2027. Yeah. I'm vying in Bobasi constituency.